Hi, boys and girls. I'm Mrs. Edwards, and today we're going to be having another lesson. Today is a new day, and we are actually going to be talking about community helpers. And what I mean by community helpers is that I want you to focus on how can I help you? But not only that, since we are also talking about reading and writing, of course, I'm going to throw in use of proper nouns. So, we know that a noun, we talked about it a few weeks ago, is a person, place, or a thing. Okay? And so when we talk about those things, we have to think about sometimes they become proper nouns. And when they become proper nouns, it's actually when we take the name of that and we put it in its place. Okay? So again, a noun is a person, place, or thing. And a proper noun is, did y'all understand what I meant by a proper noun? Can you tell me what you think it is? Okay, good. So let's take a look at what a proper noun is. But before we get started, you already know. The first thing I want to ask you is, how are you feeling today? I told you we were going to be talking about proper nouns, but I just didn't feel right without going back and looking at what a noun is. I already had said a noun is a person, place, or thing. I bet you could have told me that, right? Now, we also have a picture of a girl, a picture of a park, and some food. So now let's take a look at these same nouns, but instead of nouns, they become proper nouns. Because a proper noun is a noun that names a particular person, place, or thing. Now, the girl, which remember it was a lowercase g, I gave her the name Jade because she reminded me of my daughter, and it's an uppercase J. Then we see JC Park. That's the name of the park. So I capitalized not only the J in JC, but also the P in park. Next, the food, it's a Happy Meal. And not just any kind of food, it's a Happy Meal. And that's from McDonald's. So we capitalize the H in happy and the M in meal. So remember, proper nouns, we use uppercase letters to begin the name. And sometimes if it's two words like JC Park and Happy Meal, we capitalize the J in JC and the P in Park. And like I said, the H in Happy and the M in Meal. So those are proper nouns. Remember, it's the name of a particular person, place, or thing. All right, let's keep on going and talk some more about those community helpers. So, that is exactly what a proper noun is. So, I kind of want you to be thinking about some people that help around, whether it's in your house, whether it's in the neighborhood, in your community, at school, at church, and other places that you go where people help others. That is what this is about, community helpers. And a community helper, it starts with you. You are a community helper. So let's think. When you think about community helpers, what do you normally think about? Uh, yeah, like policemen, firemen, teachers, doctors. Yeah, all of those people are community helpers. But sometimes we overlook some of the community helpers that are in our neighborhood. And like I said, a community helper begins with you. So let me, on the other side, let me pick up this book that I have. Because I like to have some type of book. And I found that this one was about firemen. So Firemen are community helpers. And this was another story about firefighters. And then on the back side, it was two-sided book, it talked about police officers. Okay? So again, those are some of the community helpers we automatically think about. And you guys just kind of helped me brainstorm a few other community helpers that we have. But let's define what a community helper is. Community helpers are people who live and work in our community. They do many different things for us. Just take a look at those community helpers that are on this slide. Have you seen some of them around town? Community helpers also provide us with goods, which are things we use, and services, things they do for us. So, which ones of those provide goods and which ones provide a service? Think about it. Now, since we talked about goods and services, I have to make sure you know exactly what a good is and what a service is. So, goods, an object that can be used or consumed. By the way, consumed means to eat up or put to use. Check out the basket of goods that we can consume and the box of toys that we play with. Service. Service. That's an action that a person does to help others. Again, that's the whole idea of understanding what community helpers are and how you too can be a community helper. Again, a service, that's an action that a person does to help others. So, now that we have a definition of what a community helper is, we may be thinking about a lot of different people that are community helpers. Not only the fire department or the police officers or the doctors and nurses and teachers, but we said that a community helper is someone that lives in our community. They live in our community, our city, which is where we are, and they work in our community. So they do so many different types of things. They provide us with things like the things that we use, products that is, and they also provide us with services. They do things for us. For example, maybe getting a car wash, maybe going and getting a bakery, or where we go grocery shop. Those are also community helpers. So now that we have a better idea of what a community helper is, let's think about some others. So we talked about some of the things that they products that they may provide for us, and some services, because I did mention a car wash. That would be a service because I don't actually take it and hold it in my hand and take it home. But what I do is I get to sit back and look at my shiny car, right? So, what are some other services that you may get done by some community helpers that you can think about? Yes, the barber shops, beauty shops. Oh, the nail salon, you can get your nails, and those are services. Those are community helpers. The library, yeah, all of those places provide a service. And sometimes, like I said, we overlook those community helpers. And again, I already told you from the beginning, you too can be a community helper. Okay? So, Let's think about some of the places that we go. And you might even be thinking about some of the names of the people. Because remember, we also are talking about proper nouns. Remember, instead of just saying he, she, it, over there to that, we can make it a proper noun by actually naming the place or the person that we actually see. Okay? So, where are some of the places that we go and can see those community helpers? Let's see if you can come up with some ideas. So, I really want you thinking, where are some places you may go to see community helpers? Hmm, well, if you can't quite think of it, well, let me give you some ideas. Maybe the post office, school, HEB, church, a daycare, hair testimonials, which is a beauty shop, Scott and White, and Walmart. There are so many places you can go and see them. So, did you come up with some places that you go and see these community helpers? Help me out. Shout out some names to me. McDonald's? Chick-fil-A, yeah. And they even say, it is my pleasure. And that's one of the things that we're going to be getting closer to. Dairy Queen, yes, that is also a place. Walmart, HEB. Come on, you have some more ideas? Oh, yeah, the Temple Parks and Recreation. That is a place too. So the rec center, those are community helpers there. They have classes, they have places and things that you can do, events that they put on just for you. Those are community helpers. Ralph Wilson, yeah. It is so many others. Scott and White, yeah, we see a lot of community helpers there. Nurses, doctors, greeters, those that sit at the desk and they see about you and check on you. Urgent cares, the Dollar General, all of those stores, except the corner store where you go and get your gas or get a nice snack. All kinds of places. Those are our community helpers. And I also go to the Valvoline place, and they are so helpful and so they give me so many tips, and they're so friendly when I go. Those people are such great community helpers. So that leads us right into what I want you to do. So, as you're going about your business and going shopping and going out with your family or whatever, I want you to be thinking about community helpers. The people that we kind of overlook and don't realize that they're helping others. This is about community helpers in our community, in our city. We're in the city of Temple, and so I want you to be thinking about as you go from place to place, those people that help one another. And then I want you to be thinking about the names of those places and just jot them down. Those are the proper nouns. So the actual name of the place or the name of the person, I want you to write those down. Do not forget those capital letters, okay? And then when you come back, we're going to have a whole compilation of all kinds of places and community helpers to talk about next time. So, stay tuned for your activity. It's coming up. All right, you guys, I had a great time with you guys today, and I will see you soon. Here is your activity. Brainstorm ideas. Who are some community helpers you see in your community? Then make a list. Number 2, think. Where are some places you may go to see community helpers? Then add it to your list. Number 3, keep thinking. Write down how they help in the community. Remember to use complete sentences and be sure to use capital letters when you're talking about those proper nouns.